Okay, this is going to be a little lesson that I learned about RV roofs. Got to check them for leaks every year. On my particular RV, I purchased it about 10 years ago. Then I added a 12 by 30 foot porch. Kind of built it like you would a house, 16-inch centers, the proper lumbers, 3/4 inch decking there for the floor, and got a couple friends to help me there, but I'm the one on the roof. And put some those log siding kind of materials on it. This is a 9 by 12 room that I sectioned off, and next to it is a 20 by 12, kind of the great room. I kind of use the other one, as a spare bedroom when my son comes up and for guests. And these are just some of the things I unfortunately learned the hard way of how to repair an RV roof. The product we're going to use, or that we did use 2 years ago, was Hydro-Stop, and we used it with a polyester fabric. The first step, obviously, was to tear off all the old EDPM roofing and get the surface cleaned out. The skylight back there is one of the problem areas I had, and that little black pipe right at the bottom of the screen there is the other where the water, actually you couldn't see it on the roof, but it was trickling down the bottom there and damaged the flooring. So I got Jeff here as a Florida roofer up from Florida for his family, and we got tearing this project apart to do it right. And the product he wanted to use, he said, is the great stuff, and I agree, is Hydro-Stop. With the fabric, we seamed all the joints after we had replaced these areas, and with new wood, fiberglass, whatever it took, and new plywood. And once the floor was totally repaired with the new plywood on it, all the seams were covered with 6 inches of fabric and the base coat of Hydro-Stop. And then we did all the edges also, as you can see there. And once that was done, we laid the fabric across the entire length, about 3 or 40-inch wide rolls. So it was about three or four, I think, that went across there. And then that was all done with the base coat, which is like a green there. And finished it off with 2 coats of white, and this is the finished product after we modified the union between the trailer and the porch, because neither of them are going to go anywhere. They're there to stay. I don't care if there's wheels on there. But Jeff did a beautiful job here in fabricating this to keep the drainage towards the other end of the trailer, and there is nigh a drop of water that comes inside. This is the damage that it caused in the floor. So now that I had a dry roof, I undertook the flooring project to get that solid and all the rotten, moldy, yucky stuff out of there. And there's that drain pipe that the water apparently just crept down beneath and puddled up on top of the holding tank, which it's going into. And on top of the holding tank was that plastic fabric that they put under campers there. That's it, down on the bottom there, the black stuff. And that was the water that was squishing out and spreading out all over from that point into the bathroom and the kitchen, kind of destroying all the wood there. So I replaced all of that and used treated plywood on it. And I eventually after I got the bathroom floor, about half the bathroom floor was replaced. Around the toilet and everything, you know, that was getting a little wobbly. So that all that plywood down there was really in bad shape. And then I got some sheet stock from Menards and laid out some appropriate sheet stock for inside the trailer and put a little quarter rounds back there. This is the fabric over the old triangular-ish plastic skylight, and it was framed off by that one 2x4 there into a triangle, and that's the new plywood up there. Now I've taken out that one's old support and beefed up the sides there with double 2x4s because I put a 2x6 curb above it, which is basically why the doubling of the 2x4s, and put a 30x30 Velux skylight. And in our time off, we did do a little bit of fishing, as Apple Canyon Lake has some good fish. So do check your roofs, or if you have any problems, use good materials and clean surfaces.